Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Oh,
Ahoy!
So like,
welcome to the Drunken Ship. I'm your host, Captain Crockett, aka CyberCalamity, aka Jordan Crockett, aka
AKA. Yeah.
aka. I gotta stop having too many names. Alongside of my co-host and best friend, Tay Norman, and then alongside our other co-host, Colin. It's a 3-man show this week. It's a tricycle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Jordan.
Bryan was in a death race. He spun out. He flipped his motorcycle over a pile of sharks.
He was freaking on his door runner, speed dueling.
He was racing the clowns through Neo Tokyo.
Hey,
he wrecked his pod in the pod racer.
Yeah.
Guys, you can watch this show every Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. time, Eastern time. We're also on Apple and Spotify. So if you guys want to listen to the show, or you're listening to the show right now, thank you so much. I'm butchering the intro really badly, so bear with us. I'm so sorry. But yeah, guys, what's up? How you guys doing? We didn't have a show last week because it was Thanksgiving. So how was your guys' Thanksgiving?
Same old Thanksgiving. Chill, eat.
Did you have the itis?
I did. I took a nap.
I think I did.
I don't think I had the itis this year. I don't think I clocked out, but But if I eat somewhere where I can fall asleep on a couch, I'm gone. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm the type of person that eats a brick load and then I go lay down. I'm not waking back up.
That's that bear hibernation sleep.
Yeah. My body starts burning off carbs. I just stay asleep. How does that fucking work? How do they not drink something for so long?
Bear?
Yeah. Do they not wake up?
Well, they got a lot of energy stored in their body.
Yeah, but
they got a different
they plug their butt up
system than we do.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't it a thing?
They do what?
They plug their butt up for something. I remember learning that at school before hibernation. Yeah.
Like they actually plug it up. I don't know. They probably stop pooping like humans do when they sleep. They just automatically just don't pee when they sleep.
I heard this as a kid.
It's probably similar to bears.
How does this work? Like they don't have to drink water. They don't have to pee or poop. What the fuck? They plug it up? Can you look that up?
Yeah.
Plug it up.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm blown. My mind. I never even thought about this. They plug it up. What is going on?
They.
With
what? I was right.
Oh
that wasn't. I learned this at school.
With.
All right. So what we got on deck today is while they look up the bear situation.
I got it on screen.
What we got?
While they look up the bear situation, on deck we've got recently, I would say recently, last week we had the Mando episode released. A lot of people got mad hyped for that. Had a lot of big Easter eggs, I would say. A lot of action, a lot of exposition, a lot of story, a lot of building. As well as in the news, I think just recently today, HBO announced that they will be releasing their 2021 slate in theaters as well as on HBO Max streaming service simultaneously.
So the same day as the theatrical release.
Yeah,
same day as theatrical release. And that'll include their 2021 slate. So some of the movies include Dune, Tom and Jerry, The Matrix, Godzilla versus Kong. Wonder Woman is going to be the first one of these because they're releasing that next month.
This month, actually.
December?
Oh, this month. Yeah, it's December now. I totally forgot.
Christmas Day, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think Christmas Day they'll release it.
Oh.
And then I think that one's also getting... I don't know if Wonder Woman's getting a theater release or not.
It is.
I know it is next year.
It is
but
for other countries. But us, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to talk about Mando, or you guys want to talk about some of these movies?
Let's do Mando first.
Talk about Mando?
So how do you guys want to do you guys want to go straight into spoilers for it?
I mean, yeah, it's been a week, so I'd say we talk spoilers.
So if you guys haven't seen Mando and you're planning on watching this season 2 episode 5, this is gonna be spoilers for that for right now. You guys can just go ahead and skip probably 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, and then we'll take. Can you put the links in? Okay,
got
yeah.
you.
Tay will put the links in, and you can find.
Yeah,
it
we'll
down
probably put the links in
the description. So, all right, guys. You have 3, 2, 1. Spoilers rip.
What?
There was a Jedi. We had what's her name? Sokka.
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Was it Sokka?
Yeah, Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano.
Dude, I
Played
watched
by
this
the
episode,
the
like,
fantastic.
That was cool. I thought like she looked really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like I was I mean, I'm not knocking like the practical effects and stuff, but like they really pulled it off. She looked really good.
What is the
Ahsoka.
actress name?
Rosario Dawson. I can never say her first name. She's in
she
the
was
Netflix Marvel.
She's in Men in Black too.
Yeah, she's Claire in the Marvel Netflix. The doctor, the nurse.
Yeah, she was the doctor nurse lady in season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. I thought she did really good.
Fantastic.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. First of all, the back, it was cool. And this is not just this current episode, but the past few episodes of this season. How they're taking animated characters into live action. And it's like, that's something special about that. Like,
that's definitely awesome.
Yeah, it is
and
awesome.
I think this is they're definitely building they're filling the universe a bit more. I can definitely tell that they're trying to ease that transition from Clone Wars into original trilogy, and also that integrating Rebels canon into there as well.
Yeah.
I know Rebels is canon, but the Rebels storyline into Mando as well, like with some of the characters they reference. So I think it's really awesome that this one episode was like a massive world building.
this is what I want
for us
from Star Wars. Not to rail on the freaking sequels, but this felt like Star Wars. Like, just a universe with these characters that still happen to appear and it connects.
I mean, it's like just with one sentence, like at the end, like I'm just gonna say it. She name dropped Thrawn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I freaked out when they did that. We get to him live.
Oh
action.
yeah, that was like just with that one sentence that like immediately opens up so many. Like there's I've there's a couple books. Heir to the Empire, I believe it was called.
It's like the
back in the
original sequel.
Back in the 90s. Yeah, it was technically considered the original sequel trilogy. And Thrawn was the main bad guy. And then I believe Dave Filoni was the one that reintroduced Thrawn into what is the new Disney canon. He reintroduced Thrawn in Rebels, I believe.
Okay, all right, so I've never watched Clone Wars or Rebels, so can you guys explain who Thrawn was to me?
Just like,
and for all the people that don't know.
So from what I can gather, I imagine what they're going to do with Mando as well is essentially after the Empire fell, there were these remnants like left over, and they're fighting over power. This is me getting into fan theories, thinking that Thrawn and either Moff Gideon are working together, or they're separate faction leaders fighting each other, which would be cool. But Thrawn is essentially this like super logical, like hyper intelligent, like general. Yeah, and he's just he controls like fleets like just on his own and stuff. And he's blue. I forget what his species actually is.
I know him from Rebels, but I heard his original Legends books are fantastic. People praise him a lot.
Yeah, they are really good. I'm actually rereading the first one right now. But I forget what species he is, but it's essentially Star Wars equivalent to Vulcans. They're just really smart, really logical, lack of motion. So he's just like the perfect like admiral for the Empire, essentially.
You never watched Clone Wars?
So I started it, but I just couldn't get over So Clone Wars was coming out when I was a kid, and I just couldn't get over the animation. I know they had like kind of like a cheaper budget, so the animation kind of always rubbed me the wrong way, and I just never got into it. Always heard amazing things about it and stuff. Then they had a 3D animation, and then they had a 2D animation. Or am I getting something wrong here?
No, they're both called.
They had
Okay.
Yeah, they had a 2D one. They had a 2D one in 2003, and then I think the new one came out in 2008.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 2007 or 8.
Yeah, and sadly, when Disney got their rights, the 2003 version is not canon no more. Just
technically
animation,
the 2003 version was originally little animated shorts on Cartoon Network.
So good.
That basically Yeah, it basically aired in between cartoons, and it was just meant to like give a little backstory to, because Revenge of the Sith was about to come out. So that's all it was leading up to Revenge of the Sith.
I remember those.
Yeah, I remember too. I remember those ads, those commercial things they did for that. I remember that.
And then they eventually, like, they technically had 2 seasons, and by season 2 it had turned into like a full-fledged like 15-minute show and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Clone Wars is between 2 and 3. I think Clone Wars before season 7 came out ends, and it picks up right after. Picks up where episode 3 comes. The plight. Episode 7 is, or season 7 takes place during Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, so I didn't watch season 7 yet, actually.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Season 7 was awesome. I thought it was pretty cool. My only gripe was that I didn't get to see enough Anakin.
Yeah.
But we got enough Anakin story in Revenge of the Sith, so I mean I can't really complain.
And Jordan, Rebels takes place around the time of New Hope. Before Luke Obi-Wan and all of that. But it's around that time. It's in the same time period like before.
So kind of like around Rogue One.
Yeah. Because they appeared as a cameo in Rogue One, like a little Easter egg, their ship.
Oh, okay.
So they're around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same time period as Rogue One then.
Say it again.
It's the same time period as Rogue One.
Yeah, around that era. That's about New Hope and all this stuff around that time. Yeah. And it's basically a different. So one of the main cast is what's his name? Keenan? I can't remember.
Keenan, and then Ezra.
So Keenan was a Order 66 survivor. He was a Padawan at the time.
Yeah, he was a Padawan. Yeah, I read the comic book series. It was actually really good.
I didn't read it though. I remember that came out though.
It was really good. I think it was like a 12-issue miniseries. Yeah, pretty solid story.
He trains the main kid from Rebels, Erza, and Erza becomes a Jedi. I guess a Jedi. And Ahsoka reappears in this series as older Ahsoka. And she, spoiler alert, she fights Vader, and it's so good.
Oh, dude, that's how she, spoiler, that's how she finds out it's Anakin. Yeah.
Ahsoka. What?
And in the Mando, you can tell that, like, she's still holding, like, this major resentment against him and stuff. Because she, like, flips out about, I've seen what happens when a Jedi can't control their emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
She's talking about Anakin. She's
definitely talking about Anakin.
She's what people call a gray Jedi. She's in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's like Qui-Gon essentially. Yeah. So a lot of people compare her to like at least the way like where she stands in terms of like morality and stuff.
Isn't the gray like the strongest?
No, they don't want to make sense logical. They don't want to make sense more logical. Because like
someone say they're more wise is because they don't limit themselves to one side.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same.
But they don't fully embrace either side either.
But Ahsoka does show more Jedi side than I guess quote unquote Sith side.
I mean,
she's not a Sith.
Though, she's just a good person. So she helps people and stuff. Yeah. I would also mention there was a little bit of a debate about her. I forget what the actual terminology is. Tundrels, her headdress. Yeah. A lot of people were saying they were short because technically in Star Wars canon, as the species gets older, they'll grow longer and bigger. But in this in Mando, they were much shorter, and I believe they said that it was just because of the stunts. They were concerned how they would fare during like stunts and all that stuff. So they say like they just say like next time they'll probably go with longer ones. It was just a little stunt thing. That's all it was. I don't think it's not anything that like destroys canon.
No.
But I did notice a lot of people were talking about that, and I was like,
dude,
makes sense. It's just a costume.
I would say this episode felt like a pilot for Ahsoka, adult Ahsoka. I can see that happening because that's Dave Filoni's pride and joy, that character.
Mm-hmm. Even if they did a little mini series,
6 episodes, I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be like what they're doing with Kenobi.
Yeah, I can't wait for that too.
Which apparently got pushed. I think they're going to start filming in January.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Next year now.
Yeah.
January. There's a miniseries with for Kenobi coming.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like probably after Rebels, the episode he fights. What's his name?
After he fights Maul.
Maul, yeah. Because I read Obi-Wan's. I read early Disney Star Wars Marvel comics, and they show like 2-3 issues of Obi-Wan's backstory why he's in Tatooine. So I guess they're gonna
Kenobi.
That's gonna live action that. I don't know.
Yeah, because they had they had a little tidbit where, like, because Boba Fett had run into Obi-Wan and Luke before, and I think Boba Fett ends up, like, I forget which one, but he ends up finding Obi-Wan on Tatooine and stuff, and that's like their first encounter. While he's protecting Luke and stuff.
So they can play a lot with that, but I think even though I'm watching the show, I'm excited for the show. I think it's kind of like, well, I guess people don't read the comics, so a lot of people. It's like it's information there we already know. Makes sense.
Now, is this song going to be a Disney Plus show, or is this like going to be like a Cartoon Network thing or something?
No, it's a Disney Plus, like Mando, basically. It's live action.
Yeah, like if they do it, if they do keep it live action.
It's live action.
Who's over? Like Kevin Feige's going to be over it again?
No, Dave Filoni's the guy.
Yeah, Dave Filoni is like the Star Wars guy now.
Well, no, the director for Mando is Jon Favreau, the guy that they
John Favreau. I meant to say Jon Favreau, not
Kevin Feige. Well, technically, the director changes every episode.
Yeah.
And, well, isn't Dave?
He's the animated
executive producer.
Episode 5, then, right?
Yeah, he directed episode 5. He's the animation studio stuff.
Right.
He's still like the creative.
Another thing, probably another thing to mention. We got a name for Baby Yoda. Grogu. His name's Grogu,
and that's his name. Screw Baby Yoda.
I think Grogu is the best fucking name.
It clicked to me as soon as they said it. That's what I call him now. Grogu.
I was like, Grogu. That's such a good name. Holy crap.
They're like,
such an alien name too. Like.
We find out he was trained on or was training on Coruscant. Oh my God, so during Order 66 apparently.
Dude, like,
there's a lot of theories rolling around that it's Yoda's and Yaddle's kid. I don't know just yet. I'm still on the fence about that, even though it's like that's like right in our faces. I don't think so. I just don't know.
Not only that, like, sorry, Jordan, but like the episode before this or the one before that one, I can't remember, when they go to the base and they find the clones, and I'm freaking out. Like, are they really doing a theory where they're gonna use Yoda's blood, Baby Yoda's blood, for clone soldiers or something, clone troopers?
Yeah,
but like Force user troopers or whatever.
Because in if you know the game Jedi Academy, in both games there's this cult. Well, I don't know if they're gonna go for this, but they have the ability to siphon force powers from people, and they were trying to basically inject or like give people force powers. So I think that's what like the Empire was trying to do. And then I think like we don't see a lot of that, but I think they hint at it an awful lot. They hint at it in Jedi Fallen Order. They hint at it in Rebels. They hint at it in Mando. That they're looking for these force-sensitive kids either to brainwash and turn into Inquisitors, soldiers, whatever, or to dissect them, clone them, take their powers away, and give it to somebody else.
Star Wars is so cool, dude. I just been in a mood since Mando came, and it's like, God, this universe is cool to me, dude.
Which I think it doesn't fully bring Starkiller into canon, but it brings that idea. It brings that idea into canon that he can
Linkin Park kid.
Yeah, you can clone, like he's like someone's trying to like clone an apprentice essentially.
He's a clone, right? If I remember, right?
Starkiller? Yeah, he was
a clone, I believe.
He's a clone of Anakin.
He was cloned. He was cloned multiple times.
Yeah.
Because in the first one you're the actual Starkiller, but then in the second one you find out that you've been cloned like 10, 20 times.
Yeah. So like,
and you keep like having like mental breakdowns and stuff.
Mando,
and that's why he keeps starting.
He's doing exactly what I want from Star Wars. He just hits at the right notes all the time. Like these name drops. It's like it's good for new fans and old fans. And it's like it feels. When you look at Mandalorian and you look at the prequel, I can't help but not bring up the prequel. I mean the prequels, but the sequels. And Mando seems more structured. Not because it's a TV show. It knows what it's doing.
Well, it let it breathe. It let it like do it episodically. Let the kind of breathe out.
I think it's more people know what they're doing. Like look at like Jon Favreau's doing fantastic with Mando. Look at Dave Filoni, what he's doing. They're just directors of these episodes doing what they're doing. Then you look at freaking the sequels. It's like you do one thing, then the next movie contradicts
Then
that.
like contradict
Yeah,
it.
like come on,
Yeah.
guys. Like,
Well,
what
it's
are you
probably
doing?
because like there's no corporate there's no one probably getting in their way, and they
Tighter
because it
meddling?
seems like they're more tapped into the fandom, and they can do more fandy
Yeah.
stuff which actually turns out to be good because it's more entertaining
Well,
to watch.
Here's also what I sort of get at is that for big budget movies like Star Wars, you're dumping all this money into it. You're putting a lot of hope into it. You're hoping that you can get back your investment. You're hoping the fans will like it because it's Star Wars. God fucking help you if you destroy Star Wars. And the fans don't like it. And then I think there's more leeway with television in the sense that you're not necessarily playing with as much budget. You're dealing with an overall story, and you have, I feel like, a lot more time to like flesh out said stories.
Yeah.
As compared to like, okay, we got to push out. I just felt that Disney, they acquired Star Wars, and they were like, "Fuck, we got Star Wars. Now we gotta
milk it.
We gotta push it out. We gotta do stuff really quick."
Yeah.
And I think they had a good start, but then they stumbled over themselves really hard. I think New Hope could have been something, or Force Awakens could have been like a good start to something, but yeah, they fumbled really hard with the rest of it.
I would say, like, despite the criticism of Force Awakens was a movie that we needed to get back into people's fresh minds for the new generation and for old fans. That was fine, but after that, it's just a roller coaster.
It was a good
yeah,
start.
exactly.
I mean, it was a and
good
I
honestly
to set up the rest of it.
Yeah,
and I think Disney definitely realized that, and in a way they're trying to make up for that fact.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I've heard theories are going around that Mando is erasing the sequel trilogy, which I don't completely agree.
No.
I think there are stuff that they could retcon. There's probably some things they're gonna ignore. I don't know. I mean, it's just a confusing, I guess I would say confusing time for a Star Wars fan, just because it's like, well, we got these sequel trilogies now. What the fuck do we do with those? They're just kind of...
They're just there. That's what it can do. Just make it like GT. It's a side story, not made from the creator.
Yeah.
You can just do that. And
I
like,
get confused sometimes, like what time period is he living in?
He's like 5 years after Episode 6.
So before Force Awakens.
Yeah, it's way before Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I don't think Rey is even born yet. I think it should be the time where Kylo Ren's probably born. He's probably maybe 3 years old, maybe. I don't know.
So then,
yeah. So
is like Mando gonna end like whenever it does end, and it's gonna be like the new orders coming around and stuff?
See, what's crazy is Ahsoka mentioned Jedi, so it could be like freaking Ezra, Luke, or freaking the video game guy I'm playing right now. If they bring him,
I've heard Cal Kestis.
Yeah.
I've heard that theory too, because that's the game's canon.
The game's canon.
So
everything's canon, so they can do that. And like, even
they
though,
could bring him live action,
like stuff like that just excites me. Even though I don't know this character fully yet, just to see a video game character in a TV show, I think that's really cool. And I'm down for either of those options.
I wanted to ask you guys. So if Grogu is like Yoda's son, do you guys want that, or you guys want to kind of start separating itself from the kind of like the main story?
I don't want him to be Yoda's kid. I want him to be a different. I want to learn more about the species in general. Then,
you know, I have a weird, like, kind of outlandish, crazy theory about the Yoda species.
Who do you think they are?
I think they're an actual manifestation of the Force.
There's Force beings, and literally.
Yeah, because I think that we've only seen 3 of them, and of the 3, we know 2 of them to be extremely powerful: Grogu and Yoda. We don't know very much about Yaddle. And then there's, even if you look it up on the wiki and comic books and stuff, no one explains the Yoda like origins. No one, like, it's nothing. So there was also like the theory going around that because Anakin didn't have a father. Anakin was an immaculate misconception.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was born of the Force. So that doesn't seem far off to me, that this whole species, every now and then one of them basically gets created or is born,
like a balance.
And that would be
that's
a good theory, because I mean, it seems like no, even if like every Jedi and Sith was eliminated, they would birth a new, just another
Yeah, there
one
would
on
be
each
some
side.
sort of balance.
Unless they do like a thing like every generation or there has to be at least one Yoda species in existence.
Right, there has to be
Yeah.
like some grand master. There has to be a master.
Yeah,
Because the
maybe
Yoda,
it's,
yeah,
maybe
it's
it's
too easy. I don't think they ever gonna do that. And it doesn't.
Yeah,
even
I was
sound
gonna
right.
say maybe it's because since they live so long, yeah, like they only have children like once every 800-900 years or something.
Mhm. Yeah,
So that's why their species is so rare.
I want to learn more about the species instead of being like, oh, it's Yoda's kid. Like, no, it just that's too easy.
Do you think that takes a little bit of the magic out though when they kind of over-explain something?
No, it just like Yoda. I guess, but for me, I just
think
love learning stuff like that.
It really depends, honestly.
Yeah.
I would like to keep like the mysticism.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's, I don't know. I mean, I don't think us learning what planet he comes from is going to kill the magic of the species and stuff like that. Like
they're from like a
it's for I just think it's kind of mind blowing that for as long as Star Wars has been around, that this is the one species that we don't have anything on.
And that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, we just don't know nothing about them. You can't do it for so long.
This? Like,
yeah, a lot of people do.
No one ever wants to write out the answers.
See, correct me if I'm wrong. I remember like maybe 2 years ago there was supposed to be a Marvel Yoda comic about his past, and we never got that. Was it a fake rumor or what? You ever seen this, Colin?
I don't know.
Never seen this?
No, I never saw that.
Okay,
no,
I just no one mentioned it ever, so I'm not sure.
That's a very scary character to mess with, because that is Yoda? Like, yeah, I mean, he like
we don't know nothing about him.
That's like an iconic. That's like an iconic character, hard to mess with.
Yeah, we don't know his past other than what we see in the prequels, so anything can happen.
Yeah, the earliest I've seen of Yoda is there's a flashback in Clone Wars when he's training Count Dooku before Count Dooku turns to the dark side. And that's probably the youngest you see Yoda in the entire Star Wars,
like 80 years younger or something.
Like canon.
And he still
he's like maybe avocado. He's like he's like 810.
Yeah, 810
in this one.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell, man?
We don't know like Yoda's master or what he did.
Yeah, we never knew who trained Yoda. Yeah, we don't know that.
It's just stuff. It's like little details.
Do we know who started the Jedi, or like kind of like they never really done an origin story on Jedi and Sith, right?
This comic book stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of history, but it would be considered legends.
I want to see two monkeys fighting with lightsabers.
The old
so this is
like a backpack of a. Was it like
they were called
proto sabers?
They were called proto sabers. Yeah. They had to wear like a backpack. It was like the Attack on Titan like sword shit that they had.
I'm rewatching Attack on Titan right now. Getting hyped up for season 4 next week.
Dude, like I'm like,
but I will say Dave Filoni. I got to give it to him for at least bringing some of these legend characters back. He's bringing Thrawn. Even some characters in Clone Wars he brought back, Rebels, and I think he could definitely bring back other characters. This is just making me like more excited for like, all right guys, the Old Republic is still sitting over there, could use a revamp. We could that's technically Legends. That's not like nobody has claimed that yet, and now Thrawn's in here, so it makes me a little bit more hopeful that they're gonna grab some more elements from the Legends and bring them in and make them canon, essentially, which I would love.
It's funny they taking like Legends is in this little bin, and they're taking some stuff out just to use it just in case. They never fully do it away, because like Ahsoka referenced the first Jedi temple, apparently. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah,
so they brought that back to canon now. But they kind of changed it to a bit, but the planet and name is the same. Start with a T?
Yeah, there's the Tyloth.
Tyloth or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're using,
and then
they're using like, they didn't fully throw away.
Yeah,
they're just using some inspiration from it.
Oh yeah. I mean, definitely. Because I mean, there's just all that material that's already there, and like, it's I mean, you don't really have to do a whole lot of creating. That stuff's just kind of sitting there.
What's funny though?
I mean,
Lucas never cared for Legends. It wasn't his thing. He outright stated that. It's like, that's my stories, the movies. Legend is just butter on the toast.
There was some stuff that he was okay with.
Yeah.
He was actually the one that wanted to bring Maul back, apparently.
You remember those rumors? You saw those rumors? Not rumors, but
about
the
how
stuff that came out.
How the Maul was supposed to be the villain
Sounds
for
absolutely
the sequel trilogy.
Garbage. Yeah, that entire stuff sounds garbage.
It sounds kind of fake to me, but it makes sense to bring him back in Clone Wars though, which they did.
Yeah.
And that's a awesome. Maul had a really awesome arc in Clone Wars, really awesome with him and his brother and the Night Sisters.
Was savage until Sidious came in.
Savage oppress. Yeah.
Speaking of movies,
but yeah, I'm excited for Mando. They got the new episode tomorrow, so I'm excited.
It's tomorrow.
I stay away from spoilers, so I never know what the next episode is going to be. So, are they going to go to Tyloth on the next episode? Probably not. It'll probably be a filler episode.
They will, but then Moff Gideon's going to come at the end. I got a prediction. I think Baby Yoda's going to get captured at the end of the season.
Yeah. I think this next episode is going to be them on the way, but then something happens as usual.
Video game side quest.
Yeah.
That's how this show.
That's how I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I think I just want to say before we get off the Mando, I'm getting irritated with or not irritated, but it's a minor inconvenience. Like they're like they giving him like a video game side quest. Everything is like, all right, you got here. Now you got to go here.
Now
it's
do
like,
this.
okay,
and do this.
Thanks you. I'm a Jedi, but I'm not gonna train you. But there are Jedis that you can train over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's go. They've been doing that from season 1 all the way into season 2 halfway.
Yeah, it takes some time to develop, but I get they're enjoyable. But I get the criticism. It's like
it's just kind of like they're kind of the way they're kind of directing it is like Monster of the Week, which it would make sense with different directors. Like, okay, he's in a different setting because this is probably going to be a new kind of director wants to do some other stuff here, so it makes sense that he doesn't stay in one place at one time.
So
yeah, exactly.
Speaking of movies, let's get on this Warner Brothers.
Warner Bros. HBO Max.
Or something, or?
All right, here we go. I got you. Boom. What? Warner Brothers smashes box office windows. Will send entire 2021 slate to HBO Max and theaters simultaneously. So that means the movies will release on HBO Max the same day as they release in movie theaters. The first one, this came after the announcement of Wonder Woman, which is going to release on HBO Max later this month on Christmas, December 25th, as well as movie theaters, which I think will be later 2021 and in other countries. As of right now, it's a 17-film slate. I'm going to do a quick round off of some of these movies. The Suicide Squad, the new one, The Matrix 4, Dune, Godzilla vs. Kong, Space Jam 2. Some other films include Tom and Jerry, Mortal Kombat, The Conjuring. I think that would make The Conjuring 3.
No, 7. I'm not mistaken. 6 or some mess.
No,
not even exaggerating.
It's called The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. There's some other ones I'm not familiar with. Those Who Wish Me Dead, In the Heights, Reminiscence, The Many Saints of Newark, which I think The Many Saints of Newark is a Boondock Saint story or a Sopranos spinoff. I believe it's one of those.
Oh, I think it's Sopranos because I think
I've been meaning to watch that show, by the way. I don't know why.
The logo's got the R as the pistol. That's how I know.
Or maybe it's Godfather.
But yeah, so what do you guys think? Well, first off, what do you guys think of that lineup there?
That's a solid lineup.
Dude, Matrix 4, Godzilla is my Tom and Jerry, maybe Mortal Kombat. Yes, some good movies here.
I mean, that's a good fucking lineup. I mean, that's a lot.
That ain't bad.
Bias aside,
those are all brand new movies too. The Mortal Kombat movie is a remake, or a
gonna be something.
A revive.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
something.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah.
No, it's gonna just be Mortal Kombat. I don't expect no story canon mess.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Power Rangers.
So yeah, I would say, and then so what they also mentioned is that they'll release on HBO Max and theaters simultaneously. So when they release on HBO Max, they'll be available on HBO Max for 31 days. And then by that time, I assume that they'll take them off for a period of time.
Or like Blu-ray releases.
They'll probably do DVD. Yeah, they'll probably do DVD releases and stuff. And then probably later down the line, they might put them back up.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
So
they're
what?
going to do that, or you're guessing that they're going to do that?
It's most likely it's going to happen because
Well,
it
it says that they're going to stay on the platform for 31 days,
okay.
and then that makes me think they're going to take them off after it's 31 days. Which then, you know, knowing how movies work, they're going to make DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, and then all that jazz. But anyways, what do you guys think of this move from Warner Brothers?
This got me pumped for the future for movies. I know it's a hot take for like the film buffs. Sorry, Bryan, but watching a movie
let me be devil's advocate here, man. But it's gonna kill the movie theaters,
No,
bro.
I don't think so.
What about the movie theaters, Tay? What about the movie theaters, bro?
You know, my argument is digital and physical gaming. Still there, convenience. Okay. That's all it is. Yeah, convenience.
That's what like I saw a lot of people was like, dude, movie theaters are still gonna be there. The movies are still gonna release in other countries.
I think AMC.
And, you know, maybe if
off though, there's gonna be a few chains that are gonna die.
I don't think so, because look, we're coming off COVID. People want to go to the theaters. God forbid COVID's gone about already or something. People want to go to the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna spike like crazy. Then,
all right, so here's
what's up?
I'm gonna boast the main argument that people are making right now about this. How does Warner Brothers expect to make money, or at least make their investment back? Some people argue that you can't really make a lot of money or make your money back through streaming services, considering like the royalties, like you get like monthly payments, whatever. It's like people are saying that a monthly service fee does not equate to the price of a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But people are also saying is that, well, say Godzilla vs. Kong releases, that would entice somebody to get HBO Max. Boom, they just spent $12. That's one ticket for Godzilla vs. Kong. But people are also stating that I don't know. I don't get the argument with people who are like, well, what about like people who have like watch parties and stuff? Like, so like you're essentially buying one ticket, but 5 people are seeing the movie. Yeah.
Well, I mean, people probably are not doing that anyway right now.
And it's like, but I never understood that argument, because it's like, well, then if they were worried about that in the first place, why put it on a streaming service?
Oh, this is probably,
why not pay-per-view it?
This is probably a terrible argument. It probably doesn't even matter for what I say, but look how Netflix is. People, this is probably like millions of users sharing a password on Netflix.
Oh, definitely. Me and my mom have had the same Netflix for like 10 years.
So they're probably going to be the same for Warner, what is called HBO Max. So yeah, I get like the argument, like that's why, and I'm not defending him, but that's probably why Disney put a $30 price tag on freaking Mulan. Well, they want that money back. Yeah, they want that money back.
But nobody, nobody liked that.
Yeah,
though.
True.
But maybe okay. So I'm not a finance guy or an economics guy, so I don't fully know or understand how the streaming for money, like, so say if I put a movie on a streaming service, like what are my royalties on that, essentially?
Like a marketing thing going on here that we just don't understand yet. But there's definitely something working here. They probably had some type of partnership, and then where they're sitting right now, they're not going to make any money. They're not going to make any of their money back from it just not being able to put in a theater unless it's in other countries, and their main target goal is obviously going to be the US. So I mean, they have to do some type of move, and it doesn't look like.
And people have also said that if they are going to keep going with this straight to streaming service idea, is that in order to make money back, or at least like get some sort of investment back, is that some people are saying is that they're gonna have to start cutting corners. So the movies might not be as high quality, or the CG might not be as good, that sort of thing.
You need at least like 2 or 3 times your budget to make a success of a movie. Like that.
Essentially, yeah. Like you're gonna have to cut the movie budget down a little bit because it's going on a streaming platform, and we gotta kind of have to make a little bit of money back on it. And then, so that's what I don't understand, is I don't understand the ratio. So say like, I don't know, is it like, say I'm watching a 2-hour movie, is it like that person's getting 2 cents for every minute that I watch that movie? Is that how that works?
No,
I don't know.
They're trying to make their money back through merch or something, like other means, like maybe it's marketing.
I think it more depends on like I guess what Colin was coming from, like 30 minutes in, that's like whatever amount of money, including.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out the ratio
Yeah.
and how they
does
make
Warner
money in
Brothers
terms
own
of
HBO.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's, I mean,
It's their own platform, so it's not like they're
so when people are
selling out the
buying
rights to
into
Netflix or
HBO
anything.
might be, it's just that money's feeding back into them.
Just
so this is
direct, I
pretty.
guess.
Well,
This is like a power move.
I know,
for
but
HBO
you-
Max, really.
Yeah, but so a lot of these, which is weird. So I'm just guessing
I know
they're
nothing
getting the
about
money
this,
from
I'll be honest with
other
you.
production companies.
Yeah.
It's just weird. So Godzilla, okay, so Warner Brothers technically owns the rights, for, like merchandising rights or whatever for America, right? Or North America. So, but Warner
Netflix.
Brothers doesn't make Godzilla. It's Legendary that makes Godzilla. So as Warner Brothers is getting their money or giving money to
Oh.
Legendary.
And it's funny, speaking of Godzilla, Netflix actually wanted to buy Godzilla and put it on their streaming services. You see that article? For 200
Yeah, I saw that.
million?
That was the other day.
Yeah, which I wish Netflix won because I don't want to pay for a different
And Warner
service.
Brothers straight up said,
No.
no, we're going to put it on ours.
And this article is a response to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think over time too, they'll start announcing more movies, whether or not they add more to their slate or whether this continues to 2022 and say like the Batman, it gets released on HBO Max or something like that, you know?
Isn't it fascinating
which
how...
I think this is definitely a testing ground to see.
Yeah. Well, I think Wonder Woman is basically the testing ground. I've been saying this.
Definitely.
But
Well, Mulan was the testing ground for the pay to fucking play one.
Yeah. And then
uh,
that burning crash, I'm like, woo, we can't do that.
I don't know, but you also like. I don't mean to interrupt Tay because I know he's got a thought, but Netflix has Netflix originals,
mhm.
and they put it on their streaming service, and they're somehow making money.
No, they pay them. If you go on about like, so when the movies, the actors are already paid and stuff.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
yes. So the movie's already paid for when it's.
I think what
When it's
happens is
made.
they make the show and then they sell it to
But
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix take that right. So to get that. Yeah, what Jordan said. I can't describe what. Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah,
The
because I
actors
know
and
with
stuff is already
stand up
paid.
comedy, they make the
God,
special
bro, it's so
and then they
fucking
sell
weird,
it,
bro.
and-
Maybe I should have stayed fucking AI or something, bro, because this shit makes no sense to me right now.
We didn't learn as
fucking
AI.
Bryan.
It's
just
The one-
weird.
Yeah, Bryan knows
It's
that.
just
Bryan doesn't
weird.
be on the episodes. It's like when we really need him.
I'm
It's
just
on-
talking just to be talking. I'm just making something to make sense to me at least. I know I'm wrong.
Yeah, no,
but-
I know, but okay, so then that makes me think. So Netflix is the place you want to go. Like, if me as an entrepreneur or whatever has an idea for a story, I can go to Netflix, pitch it to them, they can buy it from me. But here's the thing: they bought it from me. Say they buy a movie from me at like $10,000. So boom, they have an investment of $10,000 already on top of them having to make that movie because they bought the rights. That's all they've bought. They have to still make the movie.
Or they giving you the budget too.
Because I don't have a production company, dog. I'm just the writer.
Or they hire you.
Like I'm pitching you
They might
the
have, like-
idea.
like a company or something like already preed up that they already like work with.
Yeah.
I don't know
Like
the
Netflix
logistics
has like
of, like,
production
how
companies.
how a lot
Yeah,
of this
that's
stuff works,
I don't know.
but-
I'm definitely gonna have to probably dive into that for my own sake. But it's just like I get it. Like at least right now, in layman's terms, I'm not fully understanding how they plan on making money. But I get that they're also releasing them theatrically on the side, which is gonna make money.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is they might crank the price up if they don't start seeing returns. So they may
But, like,
start doing like what is it now?
$2.
$15 a month?
Well, no, here's also the other thing I saw somebody mention was that HBO Max, Warner Brothers is now they can release their own movies on their own platform. So when you go to a movie theater and you buy a movie ticket, it's like $10, $12. You're not really paying for the movie, you're paying for like the food and like the movie theater and stuff. Like the movie theater adds a price on top of
Take it.
like the initial fee or whatever. So I've heard people say that this way Warner Brothers doesn't have to pay or essentially pay the movie theater like any extra fee or something. They could just pocket that extra cash.
They're
like,
cutting out a middleman.
So yeah, basically, yeah, the movie theater is the middleman. So like Warner Brothers gives them their reel. boom, okay. Warner Brothers is like $5 a ticket, but AMC is like, well, we'll do like $8 a ticket, so we can still stay in business and make a profit because we're salesmen. And then we buy and watch the movie through the movie theater. But if we don't go to the movie theater and just use the streaming services straight from Warner Brothers, we're giving the money directly to them rather than.
Does the movie studios get money off the tickets, or I always assumed it was like the theaters bought a licensing fee with those movies and then sold, and then I thought they made because I know they make most of their money from the concession.
They make most of their money from concessions, which is why it's so fucking expensive. But they do have an extra fee for.
Is it like a percentage on the ticket?
Like. Yeah, I would believe so because, like, I mean, I get the coupon aspect, but I mean, how tickets are different prices depending on how old you are. So there's no set price for how much the movie is, in my opinion.
Going back,
the movie theater sets the price.
Colin was saying before you guys talked about that, when people see that, so you got HBO, whatever how much that is. HBO Max, I guess. I'm gonna say, I'm not sure. I'm just guess like $7 a month.
$12 a month. $12 a month
for HBO Max, and a ticket is what?
Yep.
I'm gonna say a normal movie ticket.
We'll say depending. We'll say like around 10, maybe 12.
People see when people see that slight difference between dollars, like home is $10, movie theaters $12, $13. But
then it's also the idea of that I have to get ready and go to the movie theater.
Go there, I got to waste gas, or I can just watch it home.
You have to buy concessions if you want to
add. Well, you don't have to buy concessions. It's just the fact that you're home. Watch it here. Not everyone is like a movie buff.
I'll be devil advocate on that. I don't usually, if I'm going to the theater, I'm not watching like a regular movie. I do IMAX. That's the only way I can get out of my house is to go watch an IMAX movie.
Because same.
That is an actual experience that you're buying. I can feel my clavicle vibrating when the sounds of an explosion going off and stuff.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I'm saying if I have the option to watch it home, I will watch it home. I get that.
I know, dude.
Like
that's just me.
Yeah, like I remember Jordan brought this up. Like we saw in Infinity War when Thor came, and the excitement that was an experience, and everyone was like going crazy in the theaters. You won't get that no more, but I'm saving money and I'm home.
I mean, you can do that if you have your friends over.
Bring your friends over.
I mean,
dude, I still get that hype when I'm at the house. I still freak out on the couch.
Same. I think people are just. It's like bring on the freaking video games, like physical media and digital media. It's like people always want to have that thing when it's not really important to their lives. It's not needed. You have the product in your face. Eat it.
Like I know Christopher Nolan, he was fighting for Tenet to be shown in theaters very badly because apparently that's how like directors want some of their movies to be shown. But
if you need that, to be honest with you, you're a bad director. I'm gonna be straight up on you. If you need a movie theater to tell you the quality of film, it's not a good movie. I don't need to go to.
Well, I guess really, doesn't want it to be shown on a CRT, a CRT TV.
I know, but what the fuck do you expect, dude? Like you're making a movie, it's going to be released in theaters for 2 months, and then what after that? It's going to be on DVD for the rest of its existence, bro.
Sorry about that. Like if I need an IMAX to make this movie good, no. If I can watch it, it has to be the story and the quality of the movie. I don't need IMAX to make it good. That's just like pretty.
I don't need
something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need it to be super crystal clear quality, like the curved screen. I don't need. You
shouldn't use that to justify your film.
By the way.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I just need to be able to
justify the quality.
I just need to be able to see it and hear it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Nolan was
talking. With most people's setup now, you're getting almost a. My setup in my living room is almost like a theater experience. Maybe even better because I can there's no asshole on their phone in front of me.
You can cook yourself a steak, potatoes, and watch that movie.
Your TV and your sound system, you probably have a sound bar and you probably have a fucking 4K TV by now, or you're really close to it. I know that's almost better. That's almost better because that's why I have to go see IMAX. Because if I go to like a regular showing of a movie, I could probably get the same experience at home. I just get to watch this new because it released today and it's only in theaters for like 2 months. Yeah. Now they're cutting that out. I mean, I'm saddened about like not being able to see something in IMAX, but being a
I
kind of
think I kind of think the opposite about the whole thing, like how some people are like, oh, this is gonna kill the theaters, while like I don't disagree 100% that, like, you know, yeah, maybe it's gonna cut into the money of the movie theaters, but I don't think it's gonna take away from the experience and the thrill of the movie theater. I think it's gonna do the opposite, in which, you know, when I was a kid, going to the movie theaters was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't do it every weekend. You know, it was a once in a while thing. Like maybe I got all A's on my report card or something. Go to the theater. It was my birthday. Go to the theater. That was about it. But like now with, you know, I mean, you have a choice, bro. You could watch it on the streaming service, or you can go to the theater. Right now, it depends on where you live. But I think that this kind of will add to it, to where like, no, man, I don't want to watch it on the streaming service. I want to go to the theaters. I want to experience it. You know, it's kind of like it's a what would you say? It's an event, essentially. You set aside a night, you get dressed, you go to the movie theaters, and you spend 2, 3, 4 hours watching a movie, or spending time at the movie theater and stuff. So I think it makes going to the movie theaters more of an event for people. That's how I see it.
That's exactly
so
the same thing with like Infinity War and stuff like that. That was an event.
And I mean, it was cool, but we gotta stop making things like that making it to an event. I get it, but it's like, how can I put it? Like, we gotta stop.
Like, I don't know. It just, I think it would. People would complain about it because like, oh, it's gonna kill the movie theaters. But it's like, okay, dude, this year, when's the last time you went to the movie theater? This year,
Sonic.
I mean, like, you could probably tell that to about 90% of people, and they'll probably tell you the last movie they saw was like last Christmas.
And to be fair,
or maybe earlier this year.
I think what Jordan's saying is what people. I don't think people are concerned about theaters. They're concerned about what Jordan's saying. The event, the hype, going there, the excitement. People don't want to lose that, and I just think people need to be. Acknowledge that.
I don't think it'll do that though. Personally, I think it'll do the opposite. I think it'll create more of an event. Because it's like, especially nowadays, it's like, you know, dude, people are hurting to get into a movie theater.
True.
I understand, bro.
Too. Yeah, but if I had the option, like,
people just want to get back to being like normal outside and shit.
It's
but
not gonna be
which I think that being almost told that you can't go to the movies just yet
makes you want to go.
Makes it so when you can go to the movie theater, the movies are going to be a little bit better.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like the relief of it, but it's like.
So wait. Are you saying that like we should just like eventually move past theaters? You think that if I'm reading what you're saying right, we are going to eventually just move past theaters
like
altogether.
I said, it's literally everything in media really entertainment based, and I'm not saying I hate. I think
eventually we will.
Like, I'm not saying I hate those options. I'm just saying we got to acknowledge, like, guys, this is going to happen if you like it or not. You're gonna just have to accept it. It sounds cruel, but it's going to happen.
This is a long time coming. I mean, this is just like
that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, COVID is like ironic that COVID came during this time. Me and Jordan were talking about at least games with this like years prior for all of this. Like 2015, 16, like GameStop's going to die. That's the same thing going to day one midnight release.
Well, yeah,
it's the exact same thing. Yeah.
I mean, physical media, anything like that, it's dying out. Out. I mean, it's just a thing of the past. I mean.
Exactly. It's the exact same thing there. Going to midnight release to GameStop, meet people, meet friends, and talk about the Division 4 or something.
Because I remember, going to GameStop and getting in line for a midnight release, and that was hype as fuck because you got to meet people and you got to make friends like that. And now, like what I do when I get a game, I fucking come home at 12:01, play it.
And what my argument saying is, take that away does not diminish the game's quality at all.
No,
it doesn't.
It's just a thing of the past.
So so I'm gonna say it. I think the idea that the movie theater industry dying, or the idea that we can't, or the movie theater experience is gonna be different, or Comic-Cons and events and midnight releases and stuff are gonna be different because of coincidentally COVID happened, but also nowadays we're just switching into a more digital age in terms of releasing media.
Natural evolution.
But I'm just going to say, I think when people complain about it, or either not complain about it, but either like say something about it, I think it just, even me, I'll say, I admit it, I've done it. I think we come across as old men.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
We're
That's exactly
like
what it
we're
is.
literally like this is just us getting older and the times are changing. Like yes, like we like to think about going to the movies, dude. Back when I was a kid, dude, I used to tell my mom, dude, straight A's, we're going to go see a movie, bro. And then nowadays, you know, it was like, I don't know, it's different. Like when my mom was a kid, or when I was a kid, my mom would bitch at me that I got to sit home and play video games, whereas when she was a kid, she had to go to the fucking arcade and play games. Yeah. I mean, I think it's the same thing. It's like how, like, oh, when I was a kid, we used to go to the store and buy a game. Now you could just sit on your couch and buy it.
Yeah. And that's the argument.
That's what I just think it sounds like.
That's literally what it is. It's just things going to change, and there's some things you can't stop. It's easier. It's convenient. Like, I think just watch it home.
Why it's such an open wound right now is because COVID has sped it up so quickly.
That's true.
That we're having to change everything within a year.
It's being more I say, like
we were already headed towards that direction, but COVID
it feels
like
forcer now, right?
Sped that up into like a year. So
yeah,
now
that's about to say.
It was also, there were theories going around with people too. Like once COVID started, that once like we're ending, so it's been, we'll say about a year of COVID now, essentially. But that this is essentially our, like, we're all quarantined and stuff. They say that we're going to come out, this is a renaissance essentially. Like, yeah, we're stuck at home, maybe there's a little regression because the economy's tanking, businesses aren't doing so well, but in terms of creativity, like now we're able to release all this media digitally, and like we've progressed so much in just a year in terms of technology and just ways of communicating in media and stuff like that. So I think COVID was like a bittersweet thing, because I think it really slapped us in the face and told us, like, okay, there's some things that we definitely need to change. Like, oh well, politically, like financially,
Colin's
economically, all that stuff.
Now.
But
exactly.
But even basic stuff, like down to like the way I would say the way we live, the way me and you guys purchase games, that's changed because of COVID.
Yeah.
The way we watch movies now has changed because of COVID. The way we hang out now, look, we're hanging out in fucking Discord. It's changed because of COVID.
Dude, it's crazy because it's shifted our complete society within a year.
Yeah.
And I think as with that change and that shift, as many bad things that are happening, political wise and all that, and economic wise, there's also good shifts, like in terms of how much we've advanced. Like we'll say, like within the last 50 years, but also within the last year. Like schools are all done essentially all online now. Movies are now releasing all digitally now through streaming services. You can buy games, like midnight releases now on digital stores. That used to not really be a thing until this year. All that stuff changed.
That freaking what all you just said is true. How I really feel about it.
It just kickstarted it.
Yeah, this is just like, and it's you too, Jordan, about like how it's pushing things way ahead for people to adjust. They're not adjusting.
I think
in their face
people
constantly.
Are shell shocked. People aren't ready to.
It's instant.
People wasn't ready to make this large jump into like what we are now. I've been kind of like we're all tech savvy. We kind of all seen this kind of coming ahead. I think a lot of people didn't see this coming, and now they're shell shocked and they just don't want to handle it. But this has been a long time coming. I mean, I've been saying this since 2015.
Yeah, that was my argument too. Like, it's gonna happen. And it sounds like cruel, like I'm being like a Zoomer or whatever, like accepting past. Yeah, it's not that. It's just like just some things you just can't stop. And this is one of those things. And what Colin brought up,
I think it's like it's just one of those weird, awkward stages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when Colin brought
up human progression.
Yeah, like absolutely. COVID truly did show the pros and cons of our society, of lifestyles and everything.
It was a good wake-up call, I guess. I mean,
yeah, that's what it is. That's a perfect word. It's a wake-up call. What we got to do, what we fix, what makes things better, things are not better. And
it was crazy how we started talking about HBO, and now we're.
I mean, it's part of the society. It's part of. It's part of the topic.
But I mean,
though,
that's just that's. The HBO thing is
and this is actually
it's in the most blunt of terms, it's a symptom of COVID.
Yeah, it is.
I would say it's a symptom. I think
Warner Brothers releasing all these movies on their streaming service, I would say, is a symptom of COVID.
This right here is a new shift. This is a movie shift. This is showing that movies can release from theater straight to streaming service, and there's probably other studios going to follow suit within this. I mean,
oh, definitely. But I will tell you this: had COVID not happened, we probably wouldn't have seen this for another couple years.
Probably 10 more years. Yeah, exactly.
I say 5 or 6 years. That's why people are so in shock about this, is because it sped it up so much.
This is exactly what I was about to bring up, because I was wondering, like, if COVID never happened, we probably won't see this. This shift is. This makes me wonder, like, were they ever going to do this shift anytime soon?
No.
It's like they're like, were you prepared for something like this in general, pre-COVID? Like, say, like,
no,
we get like another virus, like in 2005 before all this stuff happened. Well, not 2005, that makes any sense. But say we got something before COVID, and a virus like COVID happens, and like, did you have any preparations about how to handle this? Like, what did you do with like managing your money, your studios, and all this stuff? How would you?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to, was it the 2008 stock market, the housing crisis?
Yeah,
on how like
thing.
Everyone had all these like loans out and they couldn't pay anything back.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. I mean, it was like it's just showing holes in our like our society and like where like we fall short and stuff. Which
yeah, I mean, it just shows how far behind we are in terms of like, well,
economics.
What like it's a big what if question. So say you have a big company that say employs 1,000 people. What if all of a sudden one day those 1,000 people couldn't show up?
And none of these studios have plans.
What
for
the
that.
fuck do you do?
That's the problem. Exactly.
So it's just, I think COVID is definitely like, I mean, it's real, but it's a big what if question for us.
Yeah. And these companies don't have what ifs in their mind. They think of the present. And like, and they should have, like, even though I'm gonna be honest, I like the both option thing. That's nice. But I'm more concerned, like, these studios, like, this is something, I know everyone got affected, but I guess the word I look at on Twitter or something, it's not the entertainment business got affected the most, and how things are managed. And it's like, they don't have what ifs in their mind. It's just all about the present. And they need to fix that.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen.
I just think in the bottom line, like, as we progress further through the COVID age, and then now we're switching more towards like the digital age in terms of media communications, and social interactions with people are now all essentially digitally, that as much as people complain about the shift and that where it's going, that you will always have that option to go back to like, okay, like, Jordan, you're sick of talking over Discord? Let's meet up somewhere then. Fine. We have that option.
You have that option.
And you have that option to watch Wonder Woman in theaters, or you can sit at home and watch it on HBO Max. You will have that option.
People just see one thing and don't look at the other.
You could still go to game stores, or you can buy it digitally. While I do understand, maybe in the future there might not be as many game stores, there might not be as many movie theaters. But for the most part, if you want to see a movie, I guarantee it, there's a movie theater you can go to.
Yeah.
Or I guarantee there's a store you can go to and buy something if you really want to go somewhere and not be in the digital world anymore.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't know, I just think people complain and they lock themselves into the idea that they don't have an option, but they do.
Are you guys?
You don't have to fucking use the streaming service, bro.
I think it's just like, people. I mean, it's just like when someone says something online, it just sounds like they have a microphone when it's really not. It's just like one person
echo chamber.
complaining. Yeah, it's an echo chamber.
It's an echo chamber.
So it's not
definitely.
really like everyone's that upset about it, and I mean, this is just
the internet.
I mean, it's literally it's someone not wanting to take a grip on what's going to happen. I mean, the same thing with like cassette or CDs, and then like DVDs, Blu-rays. It's all the same shit. It's like we used to watch TV with radios.
No, someone had this exact same conversation with radios and VHS and DVDs.
This is exactly what's happening. I mean, this is what
it's a never-ending conversation.
The only thing that the weird thing that has happened that is COVID has sped up and made us adapt to our situations, which was just sped up the future. Which was
that's all it did.
We're getting most things at home. So I mean, eventually we're just gonna have everything from our fingertips. We'll do everything from our little,
your phone.
Your home, your little bubble,
freaking device. That's everything's on.
But you have the option to not do that too.
Yeah. Which
You
I
can
mean,
put
I
down
would
the
say
phone.
that like don't. I mean, it's great to be at home and stuff, and great to be individual, but like get some social interaction when you can. I mean,
Mhm.
human beings are not meant to be alone constantly.
I mean, just even talking on the phone and stuff is fine if
Yeah.
that's all you can do. But
That's what I was gonna bring
Yeah.
a point. Like, are you guys sad to see the future this way?
no,
No.
not really.
Well, I grew up with in this tech age, so this is just
I
a
mean-
new part of me. I can't wait to be a fucking cyborg in the future.
Dude, I was gonna say I can't really say anything because I have clinical depression, so I'm always sad. So
And I mean, like,
the future,
we grew up a time between both movie theaters and digitally. We grew up watching
Yeah.
theaters, but we still grew up into the digital age.
It-
So we have
I
both
was,
options. Like, you'd be sad if this, say tomorrow, no more theaters. Would you be depressed, sad, or whatever? Like, I can experience that moment. No
I've
more.
not been to a theater since Sonic, so I mean, I kind of think I've already
Yeah.
moved past it in my life.
It's
I
kinda
mean, I
weird,
think
though.
it would be like it would definitely be like, oh well, shit, man, that kind of sucks. But
You get
Yeah.
over it.
I mean, eventually you would move on.
It's kinda
You-
like-
I mean,
When you stop going to the fair, it's like, yeah, I
I
used
don't
to
even
do
been to
that.
fair in like 10 years.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I used to
Yeah.
do that as a kid, and now I don't do it anymore. It was just
I go to
it's
Busch
just-
Gardens.
You lose one event and you go to another event.
Just things
That's
happen.
it. Yeah.
I feel like
move
people are
forward.
like-
I mean, that's all this is. We're moving forward. It's just something we used to do in the past. We don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
But I
like-
mean, it's just an experience that I just can't get anymore. That's it. We can time capsule it a little bit, but
True.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as scary as people are putting it.
Yeah,
or
people think
as,
it's the end of
like,
the world. Like, calm down.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, definitely with social media, like, and because of the digital age, social media is the only outlet for a lot of people. So you're gonna be hearing a lot of complaints, and we've been hearing a lot of complaints just over stupid shit, like the whole Animal Crossing hairstyle thing.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna
what
get
is
into
still.
it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it, but some shit like that, basically.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
some-
dumb stuff.
Stuff like that's a entirely different topic about social media.
Yeah,
oh,
I just
that'd be a
think
good topic for next week. Just
Yeah, they just think people. I don't know.
Too loud.
I mean, I
Shut
can't.
up.
I really can't say anything because I'll be hypocritical. But I mean, people are just too pessimistic. And I mean, yeah, I'm pessimistic all the time. But I mean, I don't scream about it on social media
Thank
a
you,
whole
Colin.
lot or
That's the freaking problem. People are so
All right.
pessimistic nowadays.
All right.
But let's wrap this show.
yeah, let's wrap it up before we start going
A day
way
ran
off
on
rails
that.
here.
Jesus Christ. This is a fantastic podcast, though. Wrap it up, Jordan.
yeah, man. Don't. All right, so we'll say this. Well, just don't be scared of the digital age. If you really want that copy of the game, you can go buy it.
Right.
You could buy it online physically, or you can go to the store and buy it physically.
Vote with your wallet.
Don't be
what people
scared,
say.
bro.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Some final
Wrap it up,
words.
Jordan.
Guys, thank you so much for finishing the episode, coming down, hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We really, truly do. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been growing like crazy through
Yeah, we've been growing a
YouTube
lot.
and Discord and stuff, and we're really happy that you guys are enjoying the content and growing with us. If you guys like this show, you can follow us on YouTube, or you can follow us on Apple
Mm-hmm.
and Spotify.
Sounds so depressed.
If you guys want the audio version, if you guys want to be communal and you guys want to actually come and talk to us and directly message us, you can follow us on Twitter, or you can follow us on our Discord. And I would highly recommend the Discord if you're a smaller streamer, because we will help promote you on the Discord. And it's a great little community for smaller streamers. And I can tell you that I've had a lot of fun meeting a lot of you guys. So, guys,
Oh, definitely.
Colin, where can they find you at?
Find me on Twitter at @_ space whales, and then I'm also on Twitch at MonkeyOmega. That's my Twitch.
And Tay, where can they find you at?
They can find me at twitter.com/_TayInfinite, and also have a new series, PlayStation Insight. Talk
Oh,
about,
yeah.
well, PS Insight, but it means PlayStation Insight. You talk about everything PlayStation, from leaks, rumors, literally everything. With
New-
PlayStation.
New games, top fives, you
Yeah.
name it, bro.
I tried to do something quirky with that for the kids for Black Friday, the families.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
And guys,
But yeah.
It works.
and guys, you can find me at CyberCalamity at Twitch and Twitter. But guys, thank you so much for coming down, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Well, I guess we will see you
Technically,
tomorrow.
they will see
since
you
we
tomorrow.
film this on Thursday, but we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you so much.